Because it would be. There was a phase. Oh shit! I have to start the stream. This is great.
Okay.
This is fantastic. It's very good that you are publicly accusing me of racism at this hour.
I am, yeah.
I'm gonna just add here. So
No, I was publicly accusing you of being a race traitor. You didn't understand that.
um, there's 40 people online. Show up, or I will do violence against women. There we go.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, this is how.
Unless they deserve it.
Yeah. I mean, they're women, so I don't know. Yeah, no, there was a time in my life where, because I chose this accent, this is how I make sure no one shows up. They're like, hell yeah. There was a time in my life where because I used to speak with an American accent in middle school, and I thought it was disgusting. Like it didn't feel right in my mouth, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it was like gross in your mouth. You said you tried an American accent, and you were like, "Oh, this is disgusting."
Yeah. And so I chose to do a different one. Like, I just picked a different accent for myself. And it happened to be British, because I kind of wanted it to be Scottish. Because I really like the way that the Scottish accent works. Like,
that's true. It's definitely a good accent. I think it's really funny they can't say a lot of words, though.
Yeah. Like, not necessarily the Glaswegian heroin addict, but more like the Edinburgh sort of, little bit refined Highlander, that kind of thing. But
there's a thing where they tell Scottish people to say "purple burglar alarm," and they just cannot. It's impossible for them.
Purple burglar alarm. I could say it with a Scottish accent. Suck it, all of Scotland. Yeah, but I figured that would be kind of racist. Because I'm not Scottish. Like, it's fine for me to have an American accent. It's fine for me to have an English accent. And it's fine for me to have a German accent. I can't do a German accent.
Right.
It's one of the few that I cannot do. I don't like the American. And with English, there's a million accents within England. Like, there's the kind that they speak in Yorkshire, which you always have. This is how you have to think that when Win is, typing in chat. I know she can't, speak, but this is the accent she would have. Which is really funny to me. But
yeah.
Birmingham and Liverpool, there's all of the different ones, and I can't have any of those either. Oh shit! Yeah, shouldn't have gone just at here, right? One day I will figure out how and literally any of this works.
If you at here, it will just do it to everyone who can view the studio. You should have done at Grand Patron, right? Because they're the ones who can join.
Apparently, it's everyone who's online and can see the studio.
Yeah, but only the only people who can see the studio are the people who are either patrons or
I should have done patrons. I did that last time. I pinged only the Patreon patrons. The ones over $20. But I didn't do that this time because I spent all day cooking and I had to make a lot of executive decisions. And by cooking I mean meth.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, just in case that wasn't clear.
Executive decisions.
What else would you be cooking?
Pardon?
You go, Cody.
What's up?
Okay. Apparently I go. Executive decisions such as uploading your audio quality for the podcast. Like shit.
What the fuck?
That reminds me, I have to make a thumbnail.
First of all, I did that on Monday.
Yes.
You have to remind me to do the thumbnail.
That doesn't fucking matter. Your audio is shit.
How is it shit? What are you talking about?
It's it looks. I mean, it sounds super fucking compressed.
What are you talking about?
Legit.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's the
well.
upload onto the Google Drive or something, but it sounds
just
Terrible.
do troubleshooting live on air, and because this is all routed through my sound card, you are going to hear my podcast audio.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait to understand none of it because I don't speak
Well,
German.
you can't hear it. The people on stream can hear it.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god! I know. I can tell you exactly what happened. The Audacity.
I don't care though. Fix it.
I can't fix it. It's not fixable. You're gonna have
Shit.
to use the Discord audio. I know what happened. It's that for some reason Audacity switched to my webcam microphone. I check literally every time I open the app, but sometimes while I'm using the app, it changes it back. I've actually lost like recordings that I was live recording because it switched the audio to webcam audio.
Oof.
That sucks.
It's
Well,
so
I'm gonna
dumb.
go do the Discord audio then.
Yeah, there's no way to fix it.
Nice.
Thanks for reminding me I had to do shit for my podcast.
You're welcome, fam. Yeah, but anyway, that is why I have the accent. And that is also why I get to be... Like, I've taken the only redeeming thing about the English, which is their sick accent, that no one even speaks there. It's like 5% of the British public actually speaks received pronunciation. And then I still get to be racist against English people.
Yep.
I hear something about accents.
Yeah.
British accents. What knowledge
You're one
does
of the
thou
few
bequeath me?
people that speaks receives pronunciation, and you know why? It's because you're posh, you're upper class.
That I do what?
Disgusting.
What did you say? Because you kind of cut off from me.
You're one of the 5% of British people that speak with the received pronunciation, which is what people think of as British accent.
I wouldn't necessarily. That's a weird
Although,
thing, because it depends on the people I talk to. Like, for the most part, Europeans, non-British Europeans, right,
So apparently, sorry, go ahead.
seem to put my accent as slightly French
well, that's true.
for some
yeah,
reason.
Yeah, you,
For some reason,
you
but
have a lot of French.
everyone the fuck else, be it Americans, be it actual British people, they go like, "Are you American?" Like,
My God.
You do not sound
Hey.
American in the slightest.
yeah, no, you're the first American to ever tell me that, Cody.
You sound excessively British.
You do have a bit of French, like there's just a little bit of cum dribbling from your lips, not a lot. That's like the amount of French.
The tiniest tilt of French
Yeah.
in my accent.
If I had to peg your accent, it'd be Arch Warhammer.
Like,
Oh, fuck you, you asshole. You know, it's one thing to call me, like, downright French and despise me for it, which I can completely understand. It's the fucking French. But to go, you sound like Arch Warhammer, that's a low blow, bro. Like, that is genuinely a low blow.
Yeah, but
I didn't hear any of that because my wife was screaming about anti-Semitism.
based anti-Semitism.
So apparently, so she's watching like this reveal of like a new Harry Potter video game they're making, and apparently the plot of it is you're supposed to stop the Goblin Uprising, which I feel, considering recent controversies, was probably a bad decision on their part.
What, like how the goblin? Aren't the goblins also one of those oppressed minorities in Harry Potter?
it's
Yes.
So
Yeah.
why the fuck would you want to stop? Do you play as the wizard SS or something? Like it was, I found it like hilarious, the whole house elf thing, where it's just like this tepid sort of activism against literal slavery. That was very funny to me.
Yeah, it was funny.
Oh, boy.
If you speak, I hear your wife.
She's very upset.
It's incredible, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, this is
Holy
the first
shit.
time I've ever recognized my wife as a true gamer because she's getting really mad at a release of a fucking video game.
Face, dude, respect. You
Wait,
chose
which
well.
game is this?
Babe, what's the game called?
It's Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy.
Harry Potter
yeah,
Hogwarts
that one.
Legacy.
That
Yeah.
sounds like it has some sort of like fucking return to tradition fucking bullshit attached to it. Like the wizard.
I really want to make some Harry Potter fascist fash wave shit now.
Yes, do it.
No,
Do
they
it.
suspended Elon Musk.
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I saw this thing and I'm pretty sure it was a meme.
Okay.
I'll double check real
I
quick.
actually, you know
Hang
what?
on.
I should know better than
sure?
to trust something.
To be
that's
fair,
not
he's been
true.
going on a fucking tirade of anti-trans shit lately
That's
because
so fucking
his
funny.
his ex-wife's getting railed by Chelsea Manning.
Oh my god! I love the fact that is happening. That
Oh
his-
no, he's got Telegram posts by Ramzan Kadyrov, head of Chechen Republic.
I mean, I have Telegram also.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he's still
God,
on.
I love that like fucking Grimes left him for Chelsea Manning. The only way that could have become funnier is if he'd started posting anti-trans shit. And like not even it's like the worst. Clearly I am seething and molding anti-trans shit.
My gamers.
It
Alright.
does. Hey, Silver, how's it going?
Good. Hey, Kashi.
Like,
Hey,
people
Cody.
are
Hello,
asking you now, like,
Silver.
hey, dude, what
Who's
the
being-
fuck?
Burger, are you being transphobic, or are you talking about when Vosh's thing?
No,
He said
Elon Musk is
No.
being transphobic.
I'm
Yeah.
being transparent.
Because his I don't know if they're still married, but Grimes.
No, they are
Why
divorced.
did his wife come out as non-binary? Is Grimes non-binary?
I don't know.
No, Grimes is getting
No clue.
fucking just piped by Chelsea Manning.
That's what I've heard. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
Who's
rumor.
I
Chelsea?
mean,
Which
Who's
is-
Chelsea Manning?
Chelsea
Awesome.
Manning was the
Yeah, it's like
trans woman who was behind the like the drone papers and stuff like that. Like she was a whistleblower who was sent to prison for a very long time, and only was released I think at the end of Obama's presidency.
Yeah. It
So
was
she.
way
Wait,
late.
the
thanks, Obama.
Wait,
By the
She
way.
like so all of the information we know about the Iraq War about like people like using the drone program to like assassinate like civilians and like emergency responders and shit like that.
Oh,
that
so
came out of
she's-
Chelsea Manning.
Oh, so she's the. So she's base as fuck then.
Oh,
Yeah.
massively.
Oh, and,
Massive
then, and,
stuff.
and so the trans is she a trans woman or a trans?
She's a trans woman. Yeah, she
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
She used to be a Marine.
Yeah. The
Um, while in the Marines,
the
she came out and brought those papers out, and then sometime after that came out as trans.
Also, so Grimes is taking Lady Dick and
Yeah.
Elon's seething.
And
Yeah.
Elon is
Yes.
saying yes.
you may like remember this that back in the day
He's
when-
also
when
doing
she- when she wasn't
anti-Ukraine
out
shit,
yet,
which is
she-
weird. He was doing anti-Ukraine shit as well. I don't get that
What?
one.
That's fucking gay, dude.
Is that Hey Josie, how you doing?
Hell yeah. There was a yeah. You might remember back when the news was breaking about the leaks. The name was Bradley Manning because she wasn't out yet. That's the dead name. So
Yeah.
maybe if you recall
I
any news
thought she-
stories about that might ring a bell.
I'm honest. Chelsea Manning's a more masculine name than Bradley Manning because
What?
I've heard of guys named Chelsea.
Yeah, I've
I
never
don't
heard
know.
of women named
I-
Bradley though.
no,
I know,
yeah.
but Chelsea sounds like it's one of those things where like
Chelsea
like,
is usually a feminine name.
I honestly, I
Yeah,
think
yeah, but,
the
like, it's one of those
bigger
things where, like,
curse is the surname Manning.
yeah, that's
I
true.
feel like that's the,
That's unfortunate.
yeah,
Manning,
that's really
Manning, your
unfortunate.
butthole, got him.
She should get it changed to like Grimes.
It makes
True.
Chelsea Grimes would be a sick name.
That is a sick name. True.
Yeah, I feel like. Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
I'm not surprised Grimes is I'm guessing bisexual.
Who
Probably.
is at this point surprised by anything anymore?
Fair.
Ooh,
Like
Cillian
that's
Murphy
such a
becoming the next
non-thing
James
to not be surprised by.
What about Cillian Murphy?
No. Odds on Cecilian Murphy becoming next James Bond / as Smart Money moves to Peaky Blinders star.
I wanted fucking Idris Elba as the next Bond.
What? I
That'd
mean,
be pretty
fair,
cool.
but at the same time,
He's a big old black
Cillian Murphy.
bro. I don't think he'd stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah,
think
but,
that's
like,
the main
no.
argument.
No.
Cillian Murphy is good, but
Him as Q would
they
be good.
They do make black people in England. You know,
Yes,
like,
I
there
know,
are currently
I've only
MI6
seen-
agents who are black.
I've
Yes,
already
but how
seen
many of
that
them are
James
fucking
Bond.
rich?
Yeah.
But how many of the Black English people are rich as
An amount, like
Priti
some,
Patel.
isn't Idris Elba English?
Mhm.
Yes, he
Yeah,
is.
he's right.
So then there's at
fucking
least the
right,
guy
mate.
who would fucking play him would be rich.
I
I'm
actually
not-
know
he
what
might
fair,
even
yeah.
be upper class, but I'm not sure. This might be just me.
I'm
making
pretty sure
things-
anyone who would play James Bond,
Oh my
by
God,
definition,
they're
would have to
so
be
ugly
rich
and
because
so
they're
cute.
actors. They're all
I
fucking
that's
wealthy.
that's something I'd like to see is fucking not just a black James Bond, but a lower class James Bond. Like
Just grab a guy off the street and just be like, "Hey, you're James Bond now.
It's
Yeah,
an
Chav Bond?
You get no
Chav-
money for this
a
because
cock-
otherwise
like a
we'd
Cockney. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Chav Bond, bro. Chav,
Chav Bond,
Bond.
dude. Yeah.
You need both.
Oh, that exists. Remember Kingsman? The main character in that was lower class. He was like
Oh
really
no,
poor.
and the Brothers Grimsby.
Yeah. Also, no, Alex Rider doesn't count because he was kind of a posh kid.
We're talking about. Wait, Alex Rider, was that the Frankie Nunez spy character?
No,
Okay,
no,
he
not
was
Frankie Newman.
not
That
upper
was
class, he's
Hackney.
Anthony Horowitz. I want to say. Hang on, give me a second.
Who are you talking about?
Alex Rider.
Your mom.
Anthony Horowitz or whatever his name is.
Oh, that feels nice.
Alex
That's-
Rider is a series. Anthony Horowitz.
The
Yeah, I
Alex-
used to read that shit.
Oh yeah, I loved those. But honestly, I read them. I must have been like 13 or something. I didn't read them when I was 15 because I remember that all the books were about him being like 15. Because like that's the best age. And it's insane how many adventures he lived through in that 1 year of his life. But something that really fucking bothered me about those books is that every one of the items that like his Q would give him would somehow come in handy. That was so fucking irritating to me. Because it was
Oh,
almost
yeah,
like
he
a
also wrote-
super specific situation where this particular thing would be useful, and that just then happened to materialize. And so I felt like there was no real twist to it. Like it felt like a story to me, and that really bothered me. But I did like recognizing the structure of the book.
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of a thing where it's like the Chekhov's gun thing, where if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
introduce an item, you got to use it?
I mean, James Bond does the same thing. It's like, but it bothers me.
I just
Oh.
think
That's true.
That's like a narrative
like
thing. Like if you don't do that, it's seen as like a faux pas in like narrative writing.
Yeah,
usually.
yeah, but you can you can do it in a way that's subtle, and you can do it in a way that and like also I don't really agree that you have to do that. It's more like
I mean, there's
you
no
have
like
to-
hard rules of writing. You can do
You
what you
have
want.
to establish. What the fuck? You have to foreshadow things. But it's cool to. I feel like it's okay to have some things turn out not to be foreshadowing. And if it's too clean, I find it very bothersome. But James Bond does the same thing, so I understand
Yeah.
why that's the case.
I used to read the shit out of Anthony Horowitz. He was, I wouldn't say an idol, but holy shit, I love his books.
I mean,
he
plus
also
it's a
wrote the
children's book.
Diamond Brothers. He also wrote the Diamond Brothers. I love those. I'm just reliving my childhood right now. I'm sorry. I'm just reading through all of these, just going, oh shit, I remember reading these. God, what were your teen, I guess you could say, / young adult books that you read? If you did.
I heard this what was it
lot.
called? Something I liked because the setting was interesting was I think called I forgot the name of the young adult book. It's in the vein of Hunger Games. June and Day were the names of the two characters from the June and Day. I put Juan. Oh, it's called Legend. That's the name of the book. Legend. It's just like it's just a dystopian novel. It's about like this like kid, these two kids, kids in their mid-teens, and they the United States is divided into two separate nations. One's super capitalist, the other's like a military autocracy, authoritarian kind of regime. But yeah, in the military one, they still have ramen because yeah, they still sell ramen. I don't know. One's uber capitalist, the other's like uber militaristic. Civil War, all that shit. Oh shit, there's a graphic novel.
Yeah.
Holy
Nah,
shit, there's a
me.
graphic novel. Yeah.
Don't say it like that.
What? I'm gonna
But
say
Graphic novel.
there's a
a
graphic novel. I'm gonna say
novel.
What is
the
happening?
graphic. I'm gonna say it however the fuck I want it,
What
and
is
you'll have
going
to
on?
deal with it.
What the fuck?
The graphic
used to,
novel.
I used to read a series of books called Pendragon by DJ McHale, which I think really influenced me because they had these like real, like really weird.
What was it called? Pendragon by?
Pendragon series by DJ McHale. And it was it had these like parallel worlds. They weren't like parallel universes, but they were very like strange and different worlds. There was one world that was in the past and one world that was in the future. But there was also this thing of like this like huge ocean world where they were living in cities made out of plastic. But the plastic was like grown from corals. Like they were still inhabited by humans completely, but they were also extremely alien, and that was something I found extremely cool. There was so much great stuff in that. But unfortunately, they stopped translating the series into German.
Oh no.
What was
Oof.
what was the series called?
Pendragon
Pendragons.
Pendragon. Yeah. See, in German it's Pendragon. Let me find the fucking.
Yeah.
Pendragon.
DJ
Pendragon.
Mail.
You ever thought about well, I mean, since you can read English now, you ever thought about like picking it back up and reading and finishing the series?
Yeah, I have, but it
How?
might take me a while to get there.
Yeah. Is it
Yeah,
like is
my
it still
favorite-
enjoyable as an adult, or is your
I have
cynical
no
adult
idea.
mind?
I have no idea. And like actually, like the very first series of books that I really got into when I was like 10, was I don't think they translated it into English. It was like a sort of magical realism type deal called the Wave Walkers, where it was set in the pirate age, and like the golden age of piracy, and the main character is this girl that can walk on water. And there's like a few kids that can do it, and it has so many incredibly cool elements. Like it are ghosts. Like another of the characters, his parents have a farm and they buy ghosts. Like they have a tobacco plantation and they basically buy ghosts off of a guy who travels in a boat that's way too fucking small to be traveling the high seas of the Caribbean. And this ghosts basically do like slave labor. And it's so yeah, so that way he doesn't have to introduce the fucking slave trade into a children's book.
That's based.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There's so much cool stuff.
the
There's this city in vortex of fog. There's a guy who just has the head of a pit bull. There's a worm that is an oracle and can speak. There's so much cool stuff.
I turned my head into a pickle,
Yeah.
Morty.
That's adorable.
Don't fucking do that joke.
The guy who could the guy just has a pit bull head. That's adorable. I like
Yeah.
that. I like pit bulls.
Yeah,
He's
it's
great
cool.
too because he's fucking huge.
Is
Like,
he just
the
like
pit
this?
bull-
Okay, does he just have a dog head, or is he like a werewolf Lupin thing where he acts like a dog
apparently-
too?
He might actually. The thing is, he might not even have a pit bull head because I've seen animation. I've seen animation. I've seen like images of the. Let's look at this because it might be that he described it as a pit bull head, but I, in my entire reading of all the books, just thought he had a pit bull head, and because it was just one of those things that just happened in that book, I never questioned it.
Well, I like I like the idea that he's actually he literally just has the head of a dog. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, here I can.
To me, my favorite young adult books were Percy Jackson. Read the shit out of that one. Like,
I read the movies.
You read the movies? You read the movies.
Yeah, you have the subtitles on, man.
Yeah. This is the kind of
No,
shit
but-
that they were just doing. And it had got like this whole fucking plot of like
Holy
gods
shit.
streaming in from another world. and the fucking
This
the,
wave, this Wave
ghost-
Walkers or Pendragon?
This is Wave
And
Walkers.
Dragon.
The fucking the ghost tradesman had like could turn people into stories as they died. It was so
What the fuck?
fucking
Like-
wild.
Like as their bodies wither, they turn in the books.
No, they like die and they somehow become stories. Like I don't. There's so much shit that just is never explained, and I really like that.
Cool. Nice.
When you
Nice.
say don't explain, is it like one of those things that is never explained, but you can kind of imagine like, oh, this is just complete magic
No, it's
kind of bullshit?
Yeah, it's just like beyond human comprehension. That's what it feels like.
Hmm.
That's like very shit graphics. I'm trying to see if this guy has a fucking dog head. This is a dog.
What was
head.
do you remember the character's name?
His
Yeah.
name is
I think the
Bonaventure,
first-
but I don't know.
Bonaventure.
Yeah,
Or
but yes, thank you, Mr. fucking
Frenchie. Fuck you.
French
Fuck you.
person.
Fuck you, blood sausage.
Okay, no.
Fuck.
This is apparently
I have a question.
okay. This is like the character loadout, and the guy does seem to have a pit bull head.
What's his
It-
name? What's the
the-
character's name?
I'm gonna write it down. Bernard.
So he does actually have the head of a dog.
At least in this illustration, but this might be the only. I'm pretty sure I remember an illustration where he doesn't. Fucking hell. Yeah, actually, Klabauterkrieg might be interesting.
I just,
Yeah, and they had these fucking like shark people that also existed.
Dark people, nice.
Yeah, there's so much shit going on in those books. I love it.
I'll check them out.
Well, you can't check them out. They're in German.
Oh,
Oh,
They never got
purely
translated.
German? Oh,
I'm
so why
At
the
least
fuck?
I'm-
Then why the fuck am I seeing covers of them in fucking English?
Oh, if they
Swim-
might have been translated into German, into English, in which case,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, this is pretty fucking English to me.
does it have a Wikipedia page or something?
Your mom
it has
has
one
that
in
I-
German. It has a German Wikipedia page.
Let me
see if they-
Nick.
Okay, it might not.
I need to stop,
my
sorry.
other favorite- well, actually, the whole thing that got me started on reading young adult was probably, obviously, Aragon.
I think this is more middle
I rem-
grade.
I remember the movie actually, and like the scene where
Yeah,
his
the
master
movie.
dies, and then like the
Yeah,
rock,
no,
the
the
like
movie
rocks
was
are placed
great.
around him. So it's like a glass sarcophagus. It's a pretty cool scene.
Yeah. I've been reading through those recently. They're alright.
Okay, so I'm on fucking Goodreads. Okay, so it's called
I've never read.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is the also, they have a villain who is a pirate captain who's a black guy named Tyrone.
Yes.
Okay, apparently this is called
Holy shit,
Pirate
that's amazing.
Curse.
You Germans are amazing people.
He was fucking awesome. I loved him as a villain, but he has like serrated teeth and shit.
Like a shark?
Yeah, and he has like magical powers. He's fucking.
Is
great.
he a shark man?
No. I
Damn.
think he adopted them from the shark people. Like he filed them down himself.
Oh god, that's painful.
Yeah, like this guy, he was a fucking badass villain. It does exist in English. It's apparently it is called The Wave Walkers, but the books are called the first book is called Pirate Curse.
Oof. Cringe translation?
It's just a different sort of book, isn't it?
Yo ho ho, motherfucker.
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
I've got one that I remember, but this one is in French. And it's kind of like the girly version of Harry Potter. It's called Tara du Camp.
Uh-huh.
God,
What?
I remember reading that. And now I'm kind of cringing.
What was it called?
Some gay
Like
shit.
at one point in the book, the girl is like 17. And she has this discussion about sex with a friend. And I'm like, How could I not have cringed at that? Like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah. Oh wait.
What, you were probably being 17, dude.
No. The girl was 17. The girl in the book was 17.
Oh.
I think was about 14. Yeah, sounds about right.
That explains it even less.
I mean, he's French, so they do things differently down there.
No. The French are hypersexual, my dude.
Yes.
Trust me
Oh.
on this. The French.
Oh, then you're just the weird one. You're the one not horny Frenchman.
Dude, have you seen how I post would win?
Okay,
Have you
do not
seen
accuse
how
my
I
man of
bro?
not being horny.
Dude, I'm
Yeah,
horny.
How dare you,
24/7.
good sir? I'll have you know he is quite thirsty.
Let me look.
Have
Let me
you-
just.
I
Let me see
beg your
gets-
pardon.
Let me see. How do you sort like posts by like images? Because I'm trying to find Git being a hornball. Well,
No, me, I don't post the horny. I talk the horny.
He talked the horn.
Oh,
I
all right, that's fair.
one of the things I kind of have ideas to write YA because
Yeah.
I personally I don't really like sex scenes, like they don't do anything for me, and I also don't like writing them.
Cringe.
But I also I want to write YA, but I also kind of don't because then I'd have to like do love triangles and shit, and I really
Just
I don't want to deal with like teenage relationship. Well, you can't get published if it doesn't have teenage relationship drama. That's
No,
the
like-
whole reason they read it.
Fucking.
And I fucking
the
hate
one-
teenage relationship. I mean, I hate relationship drama. In
I mean,
general.
like, there's books that are for young adults that don't involve love triangles.
yeah, but it's some other teenage relationship drama.
Maybe was there like teenage relationship drama in Ender's Game or anything? Like, I don't remember
I
there
think
being
Ender's
No,
Game
I
was
don't
middle
think there
grade.
was.
Actually, I'm not sure if it was YA.
Yes.
middle. What is middle grade?
Middle grade
school?
is under YA. There's children's books, there's middle grade, and there's YA.
Also, by the way, happy
But I don't-
St.
I'm-
Paddy's Day, you fucking Irish
Yeah,
gits.
I'm drinking Irish beer to celebrate.
I'm drinking a Guinness.
Which is the most Irish thing you
Pint
can
of Guinness.
do, is to drink
A pint of Guinness.
I actually have a Guinness, a can of Guinness in my fridge. I'm gonna drink that later.
Yeah,
I have 8 cans of Guinness in my fridge. I'm gonna drink all right now.
Damn.
Nice.
Respect. At
Nice.
the same time.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go GM a game later.
Heck yeah, brother.
Cringe.
Cody, you might
And then I go beat
absolutely-
a British woman.
Hell yeah.
Okay, based.
You might absolutely...
That's actually the opposite of based.
No, that's not cringe.
No, beating a British woman
No,
is
they're British.
very Irish.
Which is why I'm hitting them.
Yeah.
Oh, you're hitting?
Oh, wait,
Okay,
wait,
that's different.
Wait, isn't it more? But it's more British to beat up an Irish woman.
Yeah,
More English.
unfortunately.
No,
We're
it's
trying
more
to be
English.
Irish.
It's more English to beat up an Irish woman than the other way around. Yeah.
Hey, Silver.
Yes.
I want you to go outside right now. I just got you a brand new car.
Yay.
Just
Go
the
outside
keys.
and
The
touch
keys are
that.
in the ignition. Just turn it on when you want.
I can see where this is going.
Yeah.
I approve.
You know how you come out in your black and tans is like, you could interpret it as being racist?
It is.
How?
Technically.
I mean, there's that line about the Zulus that I could interpret.
No,
as
no,
being
no.
racist.
Literally calling them black. Come out, you
and
black and
tans,
tans.
come
Come
out,
out
you-
and fight me like a man. The black and tans could just be brown people.
What are the black and what were
The Black and Tans was a name that was given to the death squads that that
Patrol
Northern Ireland was
Ireland.
sending down into certain areas.
They were the English
Like,
occupational forces
yeah.
in Ireland. They had black
They
and
had
tans.
they recall that because they wore black shirts and like khaki pants
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
so okay.
and would
So
go
why
in and
did-
beat people up.
Why did they hate each other? Because they're Catholic and Protestant. Is that the entire
Yes.
conflict?
Not
Yes.
entirely, no.
And don't forget the British occupied.
I really hate when people try to distill the 800 years of occupation of Ireland into like a religious conflict. It's so reductive.
That's fair.
Well,
sorry.
no, actually, no, you're right, because it was the excuse of religion used, but the most important factor was more or less the English occupation of Britain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the religion has just become an
Obviously.
amplifying factor.
As usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Everything just falls back to the fucking Normans.
But it's really like there is a basically Ireland was a colony of England for 800 years. And
Yeah.
there is a point where it just becomes so intertwined. Like a lot of the Protestants in Ireland were like the Ulster Scots, which were sort of sent there by the British. In a similar way that like Catherine the Great sent Germans to Siberia to like colonize it.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, there's a
Yeah.
huge.
Surprisingly-
There's the Deutschrussen, German Russians are a huge thing in Siberia.
Huh. Wait.
Actually-
As in like so wait. The Queen of Russia sent Germans to colonize Siberia.
Well, she was also. I'm pretty sure Catherine the Great was German also.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
All right.
And her husband, I think, was also German?
I mean, the British royal family are also Germans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. And don't forget the Tsar, the last Tsar of Russia was also descendant of the British royal family.
I mean, yeah.
What? Okay, I'm just gonna assume that sauerkraut's everywhere in European nobility.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yes,
it's
more or less.
nobility. They're also like the fucking the.
They all fuck each other.
The Duke
Yeah.
of Edinburgh. He was part of a German noble house, the House of Battenberg, but he, like part of that House of Battenberg went on to go to England to become the House Mountbatten, which is Lord Mountbatten was actually a very important British naval officer that was eventually killed by the IRA when they blew up his boat because he was like a symbol
there was a
of
se-
the occupation.
There was like there's a scene in The Crown, like his two sons got killed in that blast too, right?
Exactly. Well, no, it wasn't his two sons. It was his son or his grandson and the boat boy.
Oh no.
But they were the fucking the Philip von Schleswig-Holstein zu Königsburg-Glücksburg. Schleswig-Holstein being the state that I live in. He was like the king of Denmark and Greece.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Philip. Oh yeah, King Philip was Prince Philip was like is like part Greek, isn't he?
Well, that's like yes, but
Was
much like
part Greek.
the Spanish royal house is the House of Bourbon, which is a French house, but they are of course all like related. Because
Yup.
of noble.
It's because of Napoleon. Or no, was it Napoleon? Hang on.
Like the royal houses, especially like the royal houses of any given place, are rarely people from that land.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah. Question: Is the IRA still active today, or are they for the most?
Yes.
They still
Okay.
exist, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
from what I've
different
heard,
form.
it's different.
So
Yeah.
are they like people?
supposedly mostly drug dealers at this point.
So
Which is kind of based a little bit.
I mean, what else is a terrorist still going to do when they don't have anything to terrorize anymore?
Well, I mean,
They definitely have
good
plenty
point.
to terrorize.
Okay.
There's just
I mean,
they
that's a
just
good
can't-
point.
They, they just I'm pretty sure they're keeping to the Good Friday Agreement.
Yeah.
So
Which
so
like,
is
that's
the
the
IRA
thing, because
like
the Ulster Scots have lived in the Northern Ireland conflict isn't as transparently solvable as many of the other colonialist conflicts, because like the Ulster Scots have lived there for a couple centuries. And, like,
Yes.
Like when is the point when a population like
The thing is,
can the like the fucking are they
At which
gonna
point-
tell the Anglo-Saxons to go back to Germany?
technically speaking, there's no more Anglo-Saxons here.
Like we
There's
don't
barely
want them.
any.
We
So,
don't want them.
I have a question. Wait, I have
Yeah,
a question
fair, but-
actually. Sorry. So wait, was most of the IRA then like fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So is the IRA composed of like native Ulster and Ulster Irish people?
No,
No,
absolutely
Ulster
the
Scots
opposite
are the
of that.
ones that came from.
The Ulster
Ulster
Scots
Scots.
are
Well, presumably
There's-
they didn't kill
No, 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 no.
all of the Ulster
no,
Irish. They
still
interbred
live
at least.
there.
Silver.
Yeah.
Give us a second to explain. The Ulster Scots are the one that came from Scotland, settled in Ulster, in Ireland. More or less.
Okay. Oh.
Also, surprisingly, the Ulster Scots are, if I remember the genealogy tree of like ethnicities, the Ulster Scots technically were descendants of like ancient Irish, like back in the day of the fall of the Roman Empire, because they migrated to Scotland.
Yeah, and they're the
So
ones
it just
who
story of
makes
how the
loyal
sense.
to
Ulsters got there
English.
is weird too. The,
So-
the story of how the Ulsters like got rights to like control that part of Ireland was apparently there was like some like king or something like that who said whoever gets there first, you know, gets the access, gets it, right? And so there was like a big boat race to try and get there. And the legend says that what Ulster did was he fucking cut his hand off and threw it at the island as he was like approaching. So he technically got there first,
All right.
Base.
which is why the symbol of Ulster is a severed hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go get another beer. But
It's
this is
a
very
red
complicated
hand
subject
on a
matter.
yellow background, I
Yes.
think.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I've heard that legend before from like that CGP Grey video. That was cool.
Yeah.
Wasn't a fucking Sega. Oh yeah. No, okay. Okay. So the IRA. So they aren't Ulster at all. They're, I'm guessing, from just like south of like the actual like Republic of Ireland. Yeah, Republic of Ireland. Who like
Is Ireland itself.
Yeah.
Well, is in Ireland itself, not
yeah,
that
okay.
it is Ireland.
Okay, just the Republic of Ireland. That's the IRA, and they want to like reclaim Ulster from English
Well,
control, right? That's their home point.
The Republic of Ireland is not the IRA, but
Yes.
to way
is not at all.
oversimplify it, the IRA did fight for the creation of the Republic of Ireland, and they are for the
Yep.
unification of Ireland.
Okay.
Not to
bring
draw
the-
this kind of comparison in like the sense of like them being bad or anything, but like it's kind of like the SA and Germany, right? Like they weren't part of the German state, but the German state used them in terms of like getting like legitimacy in their government.
Yeah.
Okay, so just okay.
It's like a
okay.
paramilitary group.
Gotcha, but they originate from the Republic
But
of
unlike
Ireland.
the SA, they're kind of based.
Okay. All right. But they originate from the south, from like southern. I'm gonna say Southern Ireland. Just
Don't say Southern
Don't
Ireland.
do it. Don't
Do
say
not.
I
Do
mean,
not be
geographically that's
fucking
correct,
dumb.
but it's if you say that to an Irish person,
Actually-
they will get
But
upset.
actually, Southern
unless-
Ireland
unless
is
they call it
actually
Southern Ireland.
far-
It'd
Yeah.
be like that's kind of like if you call Greece Southern Macedonia, you're just gonna get a lot of people upset.
Yeah, but
Oh, I'm gonna
the
do that,
Irish
because
will
that's awesome.
potentially start bombing cars again. Trust me, you do not want to get an Irishman mad with anything to do with Northern Ireland.
Tensions there have
I'll
already
do
risen
it.
a lot since
Right.
since because like the
Brexit.
whole thing with Brexit,
Yeah.
where they've reestablished
Oh,
a
yeah,
hard
with
border
the-
across Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
So just to confirm though, so did the Scottish settlers of Ulster, like, which I'm guessing is that's most of the population of Northern Ireland, did they genocide all of the native Northern Irish, or do they interbreed with them, or a
there
little
was
bit of both?
less
They just
people.
they
there.
yeah, there was less people there. First of all, second of all, they didn't genocide them. Not in the sense of
Yeah, that was St. Patrick's job.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, or
But
the-
no, they more or less. I don't think they necessarily bred most of the time with the whatever the native Northern Irish population was left over, because most of the time the English just made laws against the Irish. So you
Yeah.
didn't get.
Okay.
You didn't.
So-
You were considered second to third class citizen if you were proper
Second to third,
Irish.
second to third, because the Scots are still there, and they don't they tolerate the English.
The Ulster
tolerate
Scots
them.
were essentially favoured by the British colonial powers.
Yeah, they didn't like
Alright.
them because they were still
Okay,
Scottish. But
okay,
at the same
so-
time, it's like, who do you want more, Scottish or Irish?
So the so Ulster got settled by Scots, who apparently were also technically descended from the original Northern Irish, but they migrated because of the Romans, as like Cody said.
No,
So they
I
settled.
said that.
Oh, I thought Cody said that. I'm sorry. No, you're talking about the Red Right Hand thing.
Yeah.
So they migrate. So they came from. So they came to Ulster, and then England just did it authoritarianism on the entire country. I'm guessing for
I
a
mean,
while.
yeah, that's called
Well, the
imperialism.
English helped.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
what?
just what the kind of shit that was done to the Irish people is like.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just all
Horrific.
this. So I'm just gonna say. So all the Southern Irish just got fucking oppressed to hell by
They're
the English.
just Irish.
Oh yeah. And by the
Yeah.
way, Henry VIII is helpful for that. Like Henry VIII is a fucking asshole.
I mean, most English
Alright.
kings were assholes, let's be honest.
Like, no, don't get me wrong. Like, he was already an asshole of a human being already because of the whole, 6 wives.
That was
And
the
the
only based thing he did.
Which was
Well,
what?
no, to
Yeah,
be
that's
fair,
pretty bad.
yeah, the 6 wives. The 6 wives.
Oh. Oh yeah, he. I mean, like he
Divorce
didn't kill
beheaded
most of his
died. Divorce
wives.
beheaded
Like,
survived.
yeah.
But the
Yeah.
thing is, he's an even worse fucking king because he helped start the subjugation of Ireland and made a bunch of laws. So the thing is, in Ireland, they used to have a lot of yellow tunics and whatnot, and he just said, you know what? I like yellow a lot as a color. Guess what? New rule: Irish people can't wear yellow.
What? Oh.
Yeah, that kind. It was
Oh.
like straight up
Oh.
racism.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
so we
he's
just
like,
say, oh,
yeah,
so
fuck the
it's-
Irish. He's
okay.
he's like a more moderate version of what was his name? Cromwell. That fucking asshole.
Oh, you mean
Cromwell
like
was
the
a
witch
fucking
hunter?
Come
Yep.
on, Coomwell.
Well.
Cromwell.
Cromwell?
New rule: British people are not allowed to wear the color purple anymore.
No, yellow and green.
Well, I
They
mean,
should be allowed
what
to
about
wear
Black
yellow and
Britons? Because
green.
they're the only one. Wait, Cody, what about Black Britons? Because they're the only ones that can pull it off.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to include them.
Damn.
Rip.
Rip.
Certifiable Steve Jobs moment there.
Who's Ligma?
I
Look at my
think
balls.
that's the king of balls.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, so this is a incredibly complicated thing.
Yeah.
Um,
But I
Yep.
I never understood what happened, but now I do. They settled the northern part. Scots settled the northern part. Then Britain, then like the crown came in with their government forces and just fucking subjugated the Irish for a while.
well, they had
They
done that
were already
previously
subjugated.
They were already
subjugated for the most part.
They were already by whom?
Yeah. By the English.
By the fucking British. Who else do you
Oh,
think?
Well, but the
Right.
thing is,
Oh,
the
wait, it
Scots
was like-
are also subjugated by the English.
If there's someone who's being subjugated, about 9 times out of 10, the answer to that is the British.
I thought it was.
That
Wait,
is
no, I thought they
true.
subjugated them after they got.
No,
after the
why would
Ulsters
you-
Came.
No.
No, because
No, it was
the
way
Irish.
before.
Look, the thing is, with imperialism, you think a lot of the time, it's like, oh, well, you send in settlers and then make the excuse because they're a lot less, technically advanced than us civilized people. But
So-
for Ireland, it really wasn't the case. Ireland was, sort of similar level to England in terms of technology, technically speaking. So
Gotcha.
it would. They didn't just go like, oh, let's send some people over there to just, colonize the place. Because if you do that, if things get heaty, well, you've got a problem on your hands because you have someone with the same level of technology that can fight you.
Okay.
Less unified, yes, but at the same time, like, they're probably all going to unify against a common enemy because
I got
Same
you.
level of
You're
technology,
right.
meaning an Armalite.
I got you.
Yeah.
So wait, if the settling of Ulster by Ulster Scots wasn't the first instance of England I'm saying
Yeah, the
invading
Normans.
invading
Again,
Ar-
I've stated this before. The Normans fucking ruin everything. They started with the subjugation of Ireland.
Hey,
It failed
Oh, yeah, the
miserably.
Vikings, right? The Vikings.
Not the Vikings. The fucking
No.
Normans.
Oh no, wait. That area of France that where part of England's ethnic DNA comes from or something. I
Yes,
forget.
more or
Hey,
less.
the two people who are watching the stream, there's some. Cito sent me a text. We should try something out. This is a YouTube exploit. So try quitting the stream, and then coming back, watching for a minute, and quitting the stream, and then coming back.
Won't
that
that,
Oh my god.
that the-
Won't that ruin your analytics?
no, apparently the views get counted double. Let's
Oh
just
my
try
God,
it.
YouTube.
I'm not worried about analytics on this thing anyway. I'm just this is just interesting to me.
Well, let's do it. All right.
It has to
So
be within the same minute.
wait, okay, but okay, so England and Ireland have just have just like been at each other's throats for like millennia.
Well,
but, like,
mostly
the main-
England has been an island.
Mostly.
threat.
I mean, the only time that they haven't been is probably like really early medieval and antiquity in its whole.
Gotcha. Okay,
I mean,
then.
earliest like actual like conquests of Ireland are like what, like the 1500s.
But the main conflict between
Well,
Northern
a
Ireland
bit
and
earlier
Ireland
as well.
came from the fact that that England sent colonies to the northernmost portion of it, and then they just subjugated the rest of the population that weren't.
But they did that. They had
Yeah.
already done that.
Yeah.
Oh!
Already
As
subjugated
I
the
stated
population.
before.
So wait, when the fuck? Okay, so if when did the British first
By the
like invade and
1500s,
take?
they had fully
Oh shit!
conquered
Carson,
Ireland.
Rip.
because.
What
Well, no,
happened?
hang on.
Oh, we're schizophrenic.
Wait, let me get my dates right, because 1500s was Edward VIII.
British rule in Ireland was the
Henry
control
VIII.
territories parts and whole island of Ireland by an English or British monarch. British involvement in Ireland began with the Anglo-Norman invasion of Ireland in 1169. Most of Ireland gained
Yep.
independence from Great Britain following the Anglo-Irish War.
Yep.
So Anglo-Saxons. So wait, is this like the
Anglo-Normans, not Anglo-Saxons.
No, it was
Anglo-Normans.
No, it was Anglo-Saxons.
Okay, so is
Anglo-Saxons
so wait,
never fucking.
so wait, did England even exist as an entity?
Oh,
No.
no, you're right.
England-
It was Anglo-Normans. My apologies.
Okay.
You said that the first time, Cody.
Okay, when England
Well, whatever.
first invaded Ireland, did like England as an entity even exist?
Well,
As
no,
we
Yes.
Not
Yes.
really. It was more something that it was feudalism.
No,
So
no.
it
I mean,
was, like,
England
the
existed at the
realm-
time.
Like
The Kingdom of
England.
yeah.
That was actually like when England first started existing. Was after the Norman invasion of.
Yeah.
Actually,
of
that
Great
is
Britain.
fair enough. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that England was the first. What came about whenever you had William the Conqueror conquer
Yeah.
all that shit,
Yeah,
and then he's
1060.
like, all right, this is now
So-
England.
So the early years of England as a state or as an entity, that they invaded Ireland, and then it really but then okay, and then
Yeah,
and
pretty
then
much I think 100 years after maybe. Let me double check that
Mhm.
number.
It's
for a
like-
while,
like-
they had also invaded France, and France had invaded them.
Yeah.
It's
I just
Yeah.
need to watch a YouTube video or something explaining the history
Yeah.
of this history because
extremely complicated.
I know
Yeah,
because
pretty much
Don't ask us like we're not historians.
pretty
I-
much
I-
like
I know,
60, pretty much like 80 years after William the Conqueror died is when Britain invaded Ireland. Like
I
it was
gotcha.
not that long until they started invading Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Oh, Cody, Kasha, you're American, right?
Probably. Yes.
So we're getting. So I'm moving on because I'm clearly. I'll watch a video later. I won't burden you guys with my questions.
I
for
will
great.
find you videos on it. One second.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Oh, there's
Um,
a YouTube channel about
we
this
got-
actually.
wait-
The medieval history of Ireland. Check that one.
I'll look that up. By the way, boys, we did it. We got rid of daylight savings time. We're
Oh
done.
yeah,
Yeah.
the first good bipartisan fucking bill ever passed through Congress.
Yeah, all we need is yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like,
it took you
because I
boys
saw the
long enough.
notification-
Suck it, farmers.
Because I was just leaving for work. I was like just leaving from work, and I'm like, wait, oh yeah, it's daylight savings time. It's usually at 1 p.m. my time. Now it's now it's 2 p.m. my time, which is cool because, it's cool, which is nice. And I got off early from work, so I ran in and just came in. But yeah, we did it, boys. It's fucking done. We can. The sun
Yay.
will set at 5:30 now.
Very nice.
I'm pretty sure the EU wanted to do this as well, but they haven't done it yet.
Why?
Unfortunately.
Why does it exist? I need to stop
Because of farmers, I think.
this fucking.
Because farmers ruin everything. Goddamn farmers.
The idea is that you
For
have
tree.
more daytime in the winter if the time is different. But
The time
that you
winding
still have the
holy
same amount
is
of
fucked up.
daylight. It's just that then the schedule that humanity runs on is
You wake up
Sing-
the hour you wake up at is closer to the fucking sunrise. That's the point, right?
Yeah, because it I don't know why the fuck it has to be why you can't just wake up whenever you want. It's because of
Thanks, Tony.
capitalism.
Well, feudalism.
Yes, Burger. Yes, abolish time. Go for it.
Time is a Eurocentric.
Yes,
Is a
time.
Eurocentric.
Unironically, that was
Oh,
like what
dude,
that.
I know Sweeney.
Sweeney? Who?
The guy
Tom
who made this
Sweeney?
video.
Oh, Tom
I-
Sweeney.
fucking James Sweeney. We're mates. The guy who made this video, I know him.
Oh, I don't fucking know.
Oh,
I looked it up and I looked it up and I looked through and I was like, yeah, this is fine, and it has a cameo from a YouTuber I do
He's
watch.
a communist, dude. Or at least
Wait,
socialist.
everyone, I need. Okay, this is okay. That's cool, Burger.
But
I need to
with
just
that
call up.
knowledge, I'm gonna subscribe.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
fucking lit. This is one of the best
Yeah.
channels.
Yeah,
on the
I
he
like
does
history
some
channels.
good videos.
I'm already subscribed. I think I just saw him as like in some of his
There
history
you go, then.
stuff. Oh.
Also, check Kojito.
Posh, I
for-
remember. By the way, Posh, just wanted to call out the image you posted. I fucking loved Martin Mystery as a kid. I'm glad someone fucking.
Boy,
Yeah, so good.
Jaffa Mystère. Oh, fuck.
That
Did
image
you-
is
did
tickling
you-
something in my
did you-
brain that I don't understand, and I don't know what this
Canadian
is from, but I know I
animation.
recognize it.
Canadian
Burger.
animation.
French and Canadian animation. Burger, did you have localizations of Martin Mystery when you were a kid?
Of what?
Martin Mystery.
I've just posted above Cody's post.
I may have seen that as a child. I don't know.
Similar animation
so it's a
to
dude-
Totally Spies.
Who looks like he's made of fire? Whose entire style is the shape of fire.
I
that middle
may
dude's
have
a
seen
caveman,
this.
and that's
It's very common for like shows to have been translated into Spanish, and that's like this rings a bell, but like I can't place it.
It was so good. I remember on fucking Nicktoons, the same crew who made same studio made Totally Spies made this. The one where they actually had the crossover at some point.
Yep. Also, this no, I'm not gonna show it here. I'm just gonna.
So imagine I feel like imagine Ben 10. What the fuck? It was a comic. Imagine Ben 10, but like with a more like SCP kind of.
Well, you need to. I need to understand what Ben 10 is then.
God damn it,
fuck's sake.
Burger,
Holy
you
shit! Hold on.
Burger, you
Have
uncultured
you not
swine.
watched Ben 10? How could you not?
What the fuck is Ben 10?
You don't know Ben 10?
Well, no.
I
To be
know.
fair, he's German.
Yes,
There
and I
was a
grew
Ben
up in
10 in
Spain.
Germany?
So basically, what Ben 10 is this kid has this watch that turns him into furries.
He has an. It's a
They weren't
device that like
furries.
contains. The
I don't think
DNA
any of them were
like,
furries, were they?
They
There was
were
like a rock
aliens.
dude and like a gray alien, and then like a fucking red guy with 4 arms.
That
I don't
was
even think
forums. That
Google
was forums.
this.
That's
Yeah.
what is. That's the kid.
Yeah,
that's
So
Ben
the premise is that this kid on summer vacation with his grandpa and his cousin on a road trip across the United
just
States.
listen to the soundtrack. The soundtrack.
Fucking yes.
The
fine.
opening. The opening.
Is
Listen
it-
to the opening.
is
It
it
explains
this?
everything.
Where I don't. I can't. Oh wait, I didn't watch the stream. Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Similar.
no,
Similar.
okay.
Not that
Yes,
one.
I
That
think
is the
that's
reboot series?
fan art of it.
No, that's the reboot series. That's official.
What? There's a reboot series? That looks like
Yeah, that's
dog
a
shit.
Yeah.
Well,
There's a
whatever it is,
reboot.
I've never seen this.
Han,
It's good. It's good. Let me tell you. Let me get Ben 10 proper in here. Ben, motherfucking 10 is so good.
How do you?
He
how do
had,
you like
like,
10?
He just basically like alien superpowers. He could just
You
turn
find this,
into
you find
different
this
alien
hyper
species.
advanced watch that can that he has the ability to transform the different alien species.
Which, if you think about it, is just
Okay.
alien blackface.
I-
I'm not gonna put it in
Sure.
the studio chat because if you
I
play
already
that,
did.
you will probably be copyright strike.
You
Oh,
are
no,
aware.
do it anyways.
You are aware that if
No,
I
I'm not.
click on the chat with you, it will also be
Yeah,
on
that's-
screen.
Yeah, that's fair. But I'm sending it to you for later.
Okay.
You know?
Just wanted to
You know,
point
after
out.
stream.
I'm listening to it right now.
I'm just posting it so
hell yeah.
everybody can remember their childhood.
Did any of you people watch fucking Doraemon as kids?
No, that came later. I remember seeing it did get dubbed on Disney XD, which is
Yeah.
basically Toon Disney but made for skateboarding.
This
I remember
Skateboarding
that.
gamers.
Oh my, that was
Yeah.
my shit as a kid. Honestly, Doraemon.
Yeah.
Seeing some episodes, it was pretty good.
What I do remember is that the characters got naked way too often, and I realized that wasn't cool in
I'm sorry, the
hindsight.
characters got naked at any point. I don't recall this.
Yeah, I don't know fucking hell. There's fucking like
Have
older
we been
episodes
watching
in the
the same
70s, I
stuff?
guess. Where like new,
No,
like,
Silver, that was your Rule 34 search history.
I frankly, I may not remember that they got naked because it's like not a big
Hey, you know,
deal
it's-
culturally in Germany.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
And also, but like this was like It's so weird because I found out that this was dubbed into English very, very late, and it was dubbed into fucking Catalonian. Like, I watched this in Catalonian.
You watched in Catalonian.
and like it was dubbed as that before it got dubbed into English. Which I don't understand.
Oh, wait. Speaking of English, have you heard of the BBC dubbing like this old 70s anime? I can't remember what it was, but it was like this alien girl comes down to Earth, and this guy gets really horny for her, and shit like that.
Oh,
and
you mean,
hijinks ensued.
Fuck, what was it called? It's something.
I'm blanking on it too.
Yeah.
No.
I know she has like a tiger print bikini. I know the fucking name. It's a really good ass Italian opening.
Just to like get back to fucking Doraemon for a moment because it's so fucking awesome and so you people seem to not know it. The concept is this is a blue cat from the 23rd century who uses a magic carpet to travel back in time to the 20th or 21st century. I think it was the 20th century, to hang out with this kid, and the magic carpet goes through his like desk drawer.
Urusei Yatsura is the name of the anime I'm thinking of.
And like every episode, he comes up with like weird shit from his pouch that's like future technology that he can use. It is the bomb.
Yeah, it's like he was sent back. Doraemon was sent back in time by Nobita's like great grandchild, right? To like help him like not be a loser or something.
Yeah, I think something like that. He's like, imagine being such a fucking loser that like they send a cat from the future that helps you not be a fucking loser. Oh goddamn! Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, I got like it was like middle school when I think it first got like localized. I remember would have loved it when I was like younger though.
What I was really into in terms of like animation was Bobobo.
Yes,
Bobobo.
Yes,
Bobobo.
yes. I got.
Oh, hey,
the man
hey,
with the
priest.
fucking nose hairs. Yes, you remember that? Yes, he had fucking prehensile nose hairs.
Yes.
God, me was not One Piece. It was Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z.
It was
which
fucking
was
best.
great. And
Dude,
then there was Hello Kitty at one point, I remember, but yeah, that was when I was really young. I could still remember a few episodes. God, fucking hell.
Fuck, I remember that fucking show was fucking wild, dude. I don't remember any of the fucking characters other than Bobo and Sir Baldy Bald.
Gurren Lagann was another one for me. Like, that was like my first proper anime that I actually realized was an anime.
Second anime I watched on Netflix. My first one was actually when I've had a fucking Wii. We downloaded Netflix onto it. There was a show called Sergeant Frog, which is about these frog aliens called the Kurokians that like live with a fucking family, a Japanese family, because fuck it, why not? And they're all one's a ninja and shit. I need to get a picture of this. I love the show. Is great.
So
It was like a fuck.
Okay. This is the official story. Nobita's grandson from the 22nd century, Sawashi Nobi, decides to send a robot cat named Doraemon back to the past to take care of him so that his descendants can get a better life. How fucking shit does your life have to be, dude? Doraemon has a four-dimensional...
Shit, apparently.
These gadgets help Nobita overcome the troubles, improving the boy's relationship with his parents and friends.
Here's
Dude,
Sergeant Frog.
We're back to the troubles.
Hell yeah.
I have a thing to say real quick.
Trouble
This
lads.
happened again. This happened again in our show, and we're gonna release an episode pretty soon on this. But I don't know why, but every time we're on fucking Wikipedia, every couple of episodes, we run into some link that mentions the troubles.
That should be the new game, actually. How many links does it take to get
to the
one
troubles. Yeah.
Yeah, how many?
Like it's the new It's the new Get to Hitler on Wikipedia game.
Yeah, which we did once. We did the Hitler episode.
Oh my
Real
god.
quick, this anime I
I'm pretty sure
originally
it
found it
more than
because
just one
Keeping
Hitler
in the
episode.
spirit of the holiday, by the way, you know it's across the street from Hitler's house,
Yeah.
isn't it
an
like
Irish pub.
By the way, the reason I found this show in the
Wait,
first
Irish
place
pub?
is because they're fucking mech Gundam kits of the characters.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So yeah, they're
Gundam?
aliens.
What?
It's a Gundam
God.
version of the characters. Sergeant
Oh,
Kira. It was a fucking great fucking show. And the yeah, it was fucking great.
You know,
The dub-
I
talking
remember-
of this,
the
right?
dub was hilarious. I actually recommend watching it dubbed because just like they just went fucking hard. They went like kind of ghost stories with it, where like there's a whole narrator and stuff. Like it's hilarious. I think
I remember. I remember this one anime where it was just like hijinks between hamsters. I think was it?
I think-
Yeah.
Oh fuck, Hamtaro. I never watched that as a kid,
Yes.
but I know
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
There's
you know-
also something I remember is another one I remember as a kid was a fucking oh god, I'm gonna think. I'm blanking. I thought of something. Now I'm blanking on it. Damn. Yeah, I'm just gonna post
Talking to the whole Gundam thing, I actually recently started trying to get into it, and it turns out Gundam's a little more based than I thought.
into the
I
manga
mean,
or into the actual show.
Into the actual show, because like at one point there's an entire bit which revolves around a trade union trying to revolution their way to freedom of the proletariat, which is
Base.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Gundam.
From
From what I've heard,
Gundam's
Gundam is
actually
a pretty like
awesome.
leftist show.
And it's a great
Yeah.
anti-war. It's a great war drama. Oh, by the way, this character Kero fucking like is obsessed with Gundams, and there's like a fucking scene where this alien chick who's like his goddaughter, like said like to sacrifice what you love in order to grow as a person. I don't know the fucking thing. So the scene goes. I'm sorry. I know this is a tangent, but like this is fucking great. So this like alien chick who's masquerading as a human girl. Says the sacrifice what you love that grows a person or something like that. So she throws basically, and she said, "I love what you love, Uncle Keroro," and then throws all these fucking Gundam kits into a fucking furnace, and he fucking cries out in pain. It was a great.
Jesus Christ.
It was such a good show.
Pretty unnecessary.
Yeah, no, she's the
mean,
idiot
second
who does like nothing, who understands nothing about human culture. She's like a ditz. She's also like incredibly like powerful. And like fucking is like some weird space wizard, yeah, and like another thing they did was she took the appearance of like this delinquent chick, who like ran away from home, and like so she's actually looks like a real person. She didn't like make this appearance up. So the cool thing they did was they actually like did an episode focusing on the character she took her appearance on. It was actually really wholesome. Watch Sergeant Frog. It's really good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. This is another thing that I watched as a kid is this, which I can't play on stream, but which you
What?
can see it because it's so like this is like a Catalonian fucking kids show where
Oh,
there's
hell
no-
yeah.
it's a
Hell yeah.
it's a
This
tomato
looks-
wearing sunglasses, but he's also a telephone.
Telephone.
Christ.
It's
Burger.
fucking-
This
I
is,
remember-
This is amazing. This is peak human culture.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
cool with
Yeah.
VOV. I'm gonna
I
just-
also remember watching like Chinese cartoons in Hong Kong, but they were dubbed in English.
You lived in
Just
Hong
weird.
Kong.
I lived in Hong Kong, yes.
You
Cool.
did?
Yeah, I told you about this. I've told you multiple times.
Wait, can you speak? Can you speak Chinese?
No.
They don't
I
speak
can't.
Chinese in Hong Kong.
They
speak
no, you
fucking
can't
Mandarin.
speak Chinese. You
Yeah.
speak Mandarin or
Yeah.
Cantonese.
Speak
Though,
Mandarin.
to be fair, we were in like a secluded. No, we were in a gated community.
I mean, yeah, you
So,
were
you know,
upper class,
we didn't
right?
have
Of
people live-
course.
we didn't have to mess with the rat.
You didn't live in fucking Kowloon walled city.
No, but like it.
No.
But like I'm pretty. But he probably just lived.
But like,
Wait,
we-
was that
I
real?
went
I thought
to
that was just a
French
Shadowrun
school. I
thing.
went to a fucking.
no,
No,
that's real, it's
Kowloon,
real.
no, Kowloon existed. It doesn't exist
Yeah,
anymore. but
yeah.
It used to exist.
Is it full of? Was it full of crime or is it just like immensely cramped?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
anytime where you have a lot of poverty and tight quarters, you're gonna have a lot of crime.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Weirdly
The
enough,
thing-
it was
the
also
thing-
the crime syndicate that sort of like kept the peace, but it wasn't a.
Yep.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
you
a
wouldn't
kind
want
of.
to
It
go
was a
there.
very like we do what we want kind of keeping the peace, and it's annoying when people get.
Yeah.
like,
There's a reason we
stabbed
call
and stuff.
police gangs.
Yeah.
It's because
Right.
gangs will act like police in certain situations.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no. The thing was, I went to a French school, so they never required us to know Mandarin.
Also, it
Mostly
would have
because
been
the
Cantonese, not
entire
Mandarin.
city just spoke English as well.
Is English
Oh,
just
yeah.
like the second language of a lot of Hong Kong?
I mean, Hong Kong was
Kongese?
like an English colony until like the 90s.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, You know, talking the whole police like acting like a gang thing. This actually reminds me of like some shit that I ended up talking about with my ex when I was still with her like fucking years ago. And it was something we got into this whole argument about because I remember her like actually going on and saying like, "Oh yeah, I'd rather have gangs, go to like gangs for getting shit done if like fuck shit is happening than going to the police." And I don't mean in that it was like if it was a choice, it's more that I would rather just hand over control of like enforcing some degree of like what's the word I'm looking for here? Uh, keeping the peace, I suppose, to gangs and not to the police.
This is what happens when you figure out the cops are bad, but you don't kill the cop in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just sitting here
This
like
is a way too American conversation for me to be having.
yeah,
shut the
and I'm
fuck
just
up,
sitting
German.
here like, yeah, police suck, but at the same time, what the fuck?
Gangs be
How
fucking,
about
yo.
this, right? How about gay police?
Wait, actually, I've got a
That
question
exists,
for you.
Burger.
Police, but they're all gay.
Or
Burger,
watch
that's-
literally any gay porn. There's tons of gay police.
Yeah, no, but like
Burger,
it's,
that's-
like
One of them was in the
all of cops are
YMCA,
gay.
or I mean the village people.
Yeah, like I'm not. This isn't like there's gay, like the concept of gay cops, but like all cops are just gay. You have to
It's
be
required.
gay if you want to become a cop.
Actually, I've
Burger,
got a
that's-
question
I
for
mean,
you,
like, you also
Americans.
gotta be gay. I mean, you got. I mean, you're probably a little gay if you join the Navy too. Just saying.
Burger, I'm pretty sure that's just neoliberalism.
No, I mean, but
Yeah,
then
it's
that's the
being
That's
concept.
pedophilia. No, neoliberalism is pedophilia.
Fair. No, but I've got a question for you, Americans.
Yeah.
Why?
Which would you rather have as a gang?
Okay.
And the first one, I have to ask this one, though I know no one is going to choose it. South American cartels.
Okay.
Option 1. Option 2, Yakuza.
Okay.
Option 3, Triads. Option
Okay.
4, Italian Mafia, like European Italian Mafia.
Got it. Okay.
Option C, American Irish Gangsters. Or
Okay.
option 7, Italian American Mafia.
Are you making these up as
Wait.
you go along?
No, I mean, wait, hold on. You already
these
said Italian
are-
Mafia.
Yakuza, because they're basically just samurai clans who sell cocaine. So they won't kill.
no.
So they won't brutally murder you.
Yes,
for
they
no
will.
reason.
Yes, they
Yeah.
will.
They will
Dude,
fucking
like,
murder
have
you.
you not watched any documentaries on the Yakuza? They're not
I
fucking
think
skill.
you've
They're
played
not
a
nice
bit-
people.
I think you've played a bit too much Yakuza the video game.
I really
To
hate
be
how
fair, though,
often.
they are more chill than many other organized crime syndicates.
I mean,
the only reason that is because they don't have access to much in the way of firepower, though. That's
yeah, imagine the
literally
Yakuza in America. They would have so many fucking guns.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, that's actually kind of fucking scary.
Yeah,
Imagine
so
a
like,
fucking American.
I mean, like
American
they're all
Yakuza.
bad, obviously. I'd say probably the least bad is maybe the Italian American mafia, because I know that-
Gabagool.
Honestly, the only reason that is because they've lost so much of their influence over the years.
But
That's
like
Yeah.
in this hypothetical, they would have influence again, right?
Well, also because I know the Italian American mafia has like a taboo against selling like hard drugs, and a lot of like crime is coming from that.
Okay, let's be real though. It's only a taboo if they're caught doing it.
Well, yeah, I know that.
There's like a whole plot point of the Deuce, that whole series.
It was in Goodfellas too, where
Yeah.
Henry was, which obviously true story. So Henry was selling drugs and he didn't want to get caught. So that's why he became informant.
Mm.
Because he
Yeah,
knew if he
but
got
me-
caught selling drugs, he'd be fucking murdered.
No,
Isn't that also what happened to Pussy? Or is Sopranos already like big in the smack game?
I have actually never seen The Sopranos.
What?
I know, right?
What the fuck, dude? That is a.
Yeah,
It's,
Sopranos
from
is
what I understand, it's a long TV show, and I just haven't had the time to sit
I
down and
can't
watch
believe I've been
Yeah, pretty
respecting
much.
you all these years.
it.
I mean,
Wait,
to
you
be fair,
respected me?
Burger,
That was dumb of
The
you.
Sopranos is one of those hidden gems over here where that everyone's heard of it, but not a lot of people have seen it, but everyone knows that it's
Yeah, I'm
good.
not sure it's very hidden. It's like It's probably one of the most
There
recommended
it is.
shows, at least to me.
From what I understand, The Sopranos kind of picked up into The Sopranos when it was on air, right? Was when I was like a lot younger,
Yeah.
from what I remember. So now I'm an adult, and I'd be maybe interested in watching The Sopranos, but
Yeah.
Oh,
Didn't
back-
The Sopranos originally come out like in the early 2000s or some shit?
yeah, I was a child. I was
I
not
think it
like.
started in 1999 or something. Like the
Yeah,
first.
I also,
yeah,
didn't watch,
seasons-
I also didn't watch Breaking Bad when it first came out. I had to fucking watch the show on Netflix.
Like the
Oh,
intro,
yes.
the intro to The Sopranos features the skyline of New York in parts,
New Jersey.
and they did change it after a particular event. But,
Which one? Wait, which event was that?
it was
I wonder
elect-
which.
the re-election of George W. Bush.
Why did they change? Why did they change the opening because of Bush? What did Bush
No, they
have to
changed it
do-
Oh
because
my
of 9/11, dude.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, Silver.
But yeah, in the early
Oh, my
seasons,
fucking
I'm
God.
pretty sure they never mention it though. I'm pretty sure they don't mention 9/11, even though the show
Yeah.
is set in New Jersey.
I mean, it's
I need to watch
a
Peaky
mob show. It doesn't
Blinders.
necessarily have to revolve around that event.
Well, it,
If I
it,
can
it
say
does,
remember-
like it does portray the lives of the mobsters a lot though, so that is. But yeah, it might have been like more like a lot of shows now don't want to talk about the coronavirus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I told you in my fucking vampire game, The
Yeah.
coronavirus doesn't exist because
Yeah.
it'd be so difficult for vampires to
Mm.
figure out how to fucking feed when there's like no like large gatherings of people.
Look, I've said it before, I've said it again. If they just do this work in DoorDash, they can basically just show up and feed on the doorstep of any home.
Yeah, but then I can't do things like nightclub scenes and shit like that because they were all closed at the time.
Because nightclubs are required for modern vampire stories.
There's
Yeah,
For
like,
exactly.
I
some
have this
fucking
headcanon
reason.
because especially early in the pandemic, there were these huge things like we need like blood donation drives. There were a lot of those early in the pandemic.
That's great.
Yeah, so I think like that's how I would come up with it. But it is like it would be interesting to eventually play a game where one like explores the ramifications of coronavirus, but give it a couple more years.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
It's
Well, we
still too
started
bright.
this, I think, we started the game in like mid, I think, 2020 or something like that, or like late 2020. And so I was just like, I don't want to have to deal with this right now.
Well, fucking White Wolf, if White Wolf still had the franchise, they would right now be publishing books where the coronavirus was manufactured by the Second Inquisition.
Yeah, they would. And then they'd say that Ukraine was being invaded because the Samitsi got mad at somebody or something like that. Who fucking knows?
100%.
They have no tact with any sort of current events.
It's
Nah, if anything,
incredible.
If anything, it would be some whack shit like the God Machine got misaligned by the technocracy or some bullshit like that.
what the what the
Dickhead,
fuck?
Dickhead had a really good idea that, like, to deal with coronavirus not existing, you just have the mage, like the Hermetic Order, just decide to stop coronavirus back when everyone thought it wouldn't spread out of China.
Hell yeah.
That way you don't generate paradox. You just erase it for everyone except for China.
Like, I've said it before and I'll say it again. In my opinion, Mage the Ascension does have one of the best magic systems for a tabletop that I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh, hey, that reminds me. I ended up finding someone doing a Harry Potter style RPG, and it ended up working out pretty well.
It
really?
works. How did they do that?
Oh,
I'm very
it's pretty
curious.
abstracted. It's I think it was the Kids on Brooms system, which is like a version of the Kids on Bike system. And so the way it ended up working was they had it where you have like primary stats where it's like, I think like fight, flight, like brawn, grit, things like that. Like just like general like basic statistics.
No.
And if you did magic, you would end up using one of your physical stats, but you would also add an additional magic die to it. And so, I mean, it was obviously all the people were like children,
Yeah.
or like teenagers, so they were limited in what they could do. But because of that, they
hate
had
children.
children.
Man,
Yeah,
you're gonna
children be
you
cringe.
probably.
Children.
You know,
Never
speaking of which,
just-
that reminds me.
Sometimes.
I'm gonna double check.
Never on Assus just said you forgot the largest gang in history, the East India Company.
One,
Based.
and
That is true. That
Who's
is true. The East
Cavos,
India
bro?
Company was
Hey, real quick, guys, what is the name of the setting Vampire the Masquerade takes place in? Like, there's
World
a
of
there's-
World
the World of
Darkness.
Darkness.
World of Darkness.
Yeah.
So there isn't just vampires. There's also wizards.
Wizards,
Wizards,
werewolves, mummies.
werewolves,
Yeah.
What the fuck is mummy?
Frankenstein's monsters, demons.
Mummies.
How the fuck?
There
Wait,
are
how the
mummies.
fuck? Okay, so I can understand mummies as like Egyptian mages who are like
No,
as like a
there
lich
are-
thing.
There's mummies are like extremely rare. There's
I'll be right
It's
back.
like, for instance, like in all of London, which is a huge, like, there's a lot of people there, so there's a lot of vampires there. There is one mummy.
How powerful are mummies?
Very. They are insanely powerful.
Like,
You've
is
also
it
got
like
ghosts.
magic?
And
They're
ghosts
basically,
are fucking weird, man.
like the mummies have basically sworn themselves to destroying certain kinds of vampires, specifically the Setites.
Are they like liches? Where like they're like souls
They're more
bound
like
to, like,
liches, yeah. They're not like bandaged and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they they're basically just zombies and bandages. Like they're like liches where they're human souls that are bound to like non-living bodies. So wait, there's vampires, there's mummies, and there's what the fuck does how the fuck does Frankenstein's monster work in this setting? What?
Okay, it's weird.
Why do they call it Frankenstein's monster? Would they
They
not?
don't call it Frankenstein's monster. The exact name for it is Proteans, I believe. Let me double check because
Yeah.
I have the book.
So
Proteans.
It's Prometheans. That's what they're called, Prometheans.
For fuck's
Are they
sake.
like? So, do they exist in like? Are they like? So like, does Victor Frankenstein exist within like the like? Was he a real dude in the World of Darkness?
I think it's one of those weird yes and no things that World of Darkness does, in that it's kind of real, but the story is more just like either an allegory for what actually happened
Or a
the,
misinterpretation of events?
pretty much.
The realities of playing World of Darkness games is that, like, unless you're some sort of, like, knowledgeable elder who has seen some shit, like, as a vampire, you're not gonna know. Like, you're gonna find out eventually that there's werewolves, but you're not gonna know about the fairies and the fucking mages and whatever the fuck. Like, all of those worlds are pretty compartmentalized.
I mean,
I'll be honest,
it's sounding
like,
more and more
as-
like True Blood as it goes on.
Honestly, like, as far as the different settings of, like, I say settings, quote unquote, of lore goes, the Fae is actually the easiest one for me to wrap my head around for some reason.
The phase, as in like
The one that
Irish.
is literally beyond reality.
Yeah.
I always
phase?
find
I was like,
It's
I always
based-
find like phase interesting as a concept.
Is there like a fucking oh sick? Oh,
I
that's
mean,
not
there
fair.
is also, so not only
Shit.
is there a World of Darkness, there is also like an alternate setting where all of the different supernatural creatures work differently.
Oh.
Strange.
That
Which one does
also
Masquerade
exists.
Bloodlines takes? Which one does the Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines take place? in?
That's World of Darkness.
Yeah, it's
That's-
World of
that's-
Darkness, specifically in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
So World of Darkness proper.
yeah.
Cool. Dude, imagine a fucking 40. You know what? I see AUs of like different like RPG settings, specifically 40K. Imagine if fucking 40K decided to like do an AU setting and then like and fucking release models for that.
I am gonna, by the way, speaking of 40k, actually that's not really the right thing to. I might do a 40k lore video eventually.
Hell yeah!
I've played 40k now yesterday, and I found it.
You have what? What faction do you play?
I was I played. We played.
Is it a skirmish game?
We played.
Calm
Deathwatch.
down, calm down. Don't scare
nice.
Burger off.
We,
I know. I'm
Don't
curious.
spit-
What faction do you vibe with?
we played Deathwatch.
Yes.
Okay, so
what
skirmish
do you
game.
get
Oh,
really
nice,
as, though?
nice.
Yeah, my character was a salamander.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god, Burger playing.
Oh, you didn't play
blackface.
like the
Who would have
like
guessed?
Deathwatch or no? I'm thinking of Kill Team. Oh, is Deathwatch an RPG?
Yeah.
It's I'm not gonna get super into Warhammer, but I thought this session that I played was fun. So I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
but the
granted-
thing
Do
that-
lore videos. I had just a quick idea. You should do lore videos on like what do Imperials just like drink? What do they eat?
Yeah, for,
how's
for that
a-
kind of
how's
thing,
a
I need
barbarian?
to be very knowledgeable about the law, and I'm not sure I'm going.
I'm gonna-
Unless like
okay.
eventually
Don't waste your
hyperfixation
time on that.
manifests
And
itself.
that wouldn't be what Burger does. Burger would do like some macro stuff and like he wouldn't like do that specific stuff. He would. I feel like,
Yeah,
however, though,
yeah,
you're gonna find.
yeah.
Okay, but however, Remley's and maybe Luton or Major Killed probably would probably do that stuff. Because
I'm gonna do
You should
something
just
much
be like
worse.
Arch. You should be like Arch, just not a white nationalist and a racist.
Yeah, I'm gonna erase. I'm gonna get very angry because there's a black ultramarine.
yes,
Yeah.
Hey, Burger.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what.
you
That,
know
was,
how you-
that, well, what I meant was you're Arch, but you're not Arch.
Yeah.
See,
you're the cooler Arch, Warhammer.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to become a Warhammer channel.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I mean,
Hey, Burger.
We already have
I'm
enough
not.
of that.
Seriously, I'm
Yeah,
going to
we
go,
do have a
this
lot.
Is, no, this is. I'm going to do something that's much worse than that.
You're going to become like a TTRPG lore channel. Just like
well, I mean, that's
TTRPGs in
already
general.
kind of established, like that I've been doing that.
yeah.
And
you
I want
already
to do
have
that more
do
heavily because it like actually it is bringing like it's for the first time in years my channel is growing again.
yeah. By the way, love
Nice.
the new.
Well.
I really love the new Shadowrun
Yeah.
video. That was really good.
I fucking
still
hate,
have to finish
I've
it.
come to a point where I fucking hate talking about politics. Although I will get back to it eventually because obviously I cannot keep my
What
mouth
about-
shut.
You'll go back to philosophy. And
What
politics
about
eventually.
philosophy?
I will.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I will do all of that. I will just probably do it more rarely. Because the
That's
thing
fair.
about those is that eventually they kind of became 12 to 15-minute videos because I always felt like the point has been made. I don't need to extend this to like 30 minutes. But having that short of a video is apparently not good.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna like artificially drag. I'm not gonna become Kyle Kalinske, where after half the video I've already heard all that you need to know about the topic.
All right.
And then the next video says the same thing again.
Yeah.
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 To be
so
fair,
Burger.
I think he
I'd
does
love to
that
s-
so in case people like
Yeah.
watch. I mean, it works.
I mean, I know you're not like super in the 40K, but like with the popularity of this, of the setting, I feel like you'd probably get a good amount of viewership if you do like if you do some 40K
One or
lore
two.
videos.
Yeah. I'm not going to focus on one
Burger.
particular game. That's the thing. I want to.
Well, the thing
Yeah.
you need to remember with 40K lore is that it's mostly the person presenting it. The stuff you talk about, it's been repeated over and over
Yeah.
again. And
It's
it's
how
like
you
people
present
go,
it.
yeah, people go to Luton because he's Luton. People go to Major Kill because he's Major Kill. Same with Oculus
He's based.
Imperia.
Okay, but here's the
Arch
thing.
Yeah.
Warhammer as well.
Here's the thing.
Voldemort's cool.
I should not have started talking about Warhammer because now everyone is just constantly
No, Burger.
Warhammer.
Burger,
no, but
Burger,
he-
Burger.
Yeah,
I've got a better idea. Burger.
Okay, so let me get you off the topic of Warhammer then. Hey, Burger,
No,
you mentioned how you
I've
hate
got a
children, right?
better one.
No, I got
I've got a
better.
better one. Talk about Bionic Ghostburger. Do it.
I am. You know what? I am not. I am not saying no to that.
Burger, look what I
Simply
found
to
in the
fuck with
grocery store.
Sandro. But no, there is something.
Look what I found in the grocery store.
Just think for a moment.
Okay, M.
That's disgusting.
Buy both of those and mix them together and drink
Oh
them
my
on camera.
god.
I don't know why this
What are we
exists.
missing?
Think about the following for a second.
Lime
I
juice
want to
and
get
kraut
more into
juice.
doing videos about RPG lore. Right?
Yeah, that's based.
I want to do various systems. What is the worst thing I could possibly do?
D&D lore?
Rift.
Yes.
Rifts.
Yes.
Exactly.
No, Palladium Rifts.
D&D lore.
I'll be
Yeah,
honest,
lore
I'd love to hear you
itself.
talk about, like, I'd love to hear you speak about the city of Sigil and the Planescape setting, because that'd be so cool.
I am going to very seriously do a thing where I shit on... Well, I'm going to bait people with it being D&D. This is my next video. I'm going to give all of you a teaser on the next video. Basically,
Yeah.
Oh.
fucking, like, myconids, you know, the fucking spore people? The mushroom people? I feel like
Oh, yeah.
that this is true about pretty much all RPG settings. Fungi is so fucking crazy and wild. They're like eldritch horror creatures that exist in your garden. They are insane.
What, like actual real life mushrooms?
No.
Yeah, real
Like
life-
myconids
well-
are like they're basically just mushroom
what?
people. And all RPG settings do is basically they take this incredibly interesting thing that exists in the real world that you could do so much incredible stuff with, and just anthropomorphize it to death.
Mushroom go talk.
So fucking myconids fucking suck.
Wait. Actually, I have a question about those myconids. Have they done anything where it's like a myconid is composed of several different mushrooms? Or like of the same
They
type?
might have done that. I don't know.
Like of the same type, though making a myconid made of several different types of mushrooms. I'm talking.
I don't think they go after specific types of mushroom.
Well, that's cringe.
Like,
You know what would be interesting then? How many of you guys have seen the movie Annihilation?
No clue what that's about.
I know of it.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, I know of it. Yeah, I've heard of it. It sounds really, really cool.
It's basically the best Lovecraftian horror I've ever seen that doesn't use Lovecraftian shit. Like, it actually takes Eldritch horror and does it.
How am I supposed to masturbate when there's no tentacles?
Oh, you want to talk about like Lovecraftian horror in real life? I learned that barnacles, like barnacle eggs, can get into your bloodstream, and you can have barnacles growing on your bones.
Yeah,
bro, that's hot. I don't know why you're so.
I did not need you to remind me of this thing that I've deliberately forgotten.
Yeah, it's incredibly rare, but apparently, yeah, there was a scuba diver whose the bones in his hand got infested with barnacles.
Yeah.
It's just, I read that. I'm just because barnacles creep me out anyway.
Yeah, no, they're fucking weird.
I like barnacles. They're very like fisherman-y.
Hey, wait, Annihilation. Is that the one with Natalie Portman and Oscar Isaac?
Yes,
was it
I
good?
believe so.
I've heard it was iffy.
It was very good.
Right, cool.
It's some of the best like, I guess Eldritch horror is the word that I've seen in a while. Like Lovecraftian unknowable type shit. Like it does that well, and it does it without relying on fucking Lovecraft tropes, which is cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, from what I understand, what's happening in that territory that area where it's all happening, it's natural, but it's a different kind of natural. That's
basically
not necessarily. Yeah,
like I can't get into it without spoiling it because that's kind of like a key element of the whole thing. But yeah, basically.
Yeah, so it's not like necessarily monsters or anything. It's just alienness. Interaction.
It doesn't matter anyway because it's time to end the stream.
Bye to people watching. Have a good day and weekend.
Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day. You
get shit-faced and see you around, cunts.
Actually, speaking of which, two of my coworkers